Thomas now it's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm at the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these rap from under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it is back to the rhymes. Okay, here we go. Let me get my list ready to roll. Okay, so, oh man, see, I've been messing up. I haven't had my album on hand lately, but I think you might have seen it if you've been around. School Us album sales. I don't have any this week, but my man Alaron did listen and he did like it. He had a lot of had good things to say about that. And we're working on making more music. He wanted to make some today, as a matter of fact, and that I couldn't quite do. I better not do that. Yeah, I'll just talk about that a little bit later. All right, number two. I do not like sunset. I don't like sunsets much, or if I could walk away. I'm thinking on it as far as authentic country, and this is important in the sense that I know I talked about Tom, but this I hear it because I, as a hip hop fan, and I'm making a song about the golden age. You know, I don't know what country's golden age would be. What would that be like up until the '90s? I mean, what's that song? Head Carolina, tails California, blah, da, da, da. And she like '90s country like I do, Cole Swindell, right? So the Wolf, which is the only local country station now, they were playing. I was with my daughter on Saturday, and they were playing like they played the Toby Keith, Should Have Been a Cowboy, and I forgot to check one, but you know that's as far back as they'll go, and they don't play too many, but they'll play a couple of those, and that's it. And I'm trying to when I'm talking to her, I'm like, what is the difference between when people complain or are frustrated about today's country? What is it that they're frustrated about? Because I like you, and you know how it is. You get used to something, you don't want it to change, and I think what it is, maybe it's more because I think they use guitars a lot. Maybe it's kind of more rock-ish, and electric guitars I'm talking about. Maybe overproduced, if that's what you want to say. Because I'm really trying to understand what is it that's not country. Why? How is it not country? What distinguishes country from what we're hearing? I get that a lot of these guys are very they look, I guess you could say, like city slickers. They don't look like country folks, you know. So what? Is that it? I don't know. I did notice back in the day they were always wearing cowboy hats and cowboy boots, and then they switched that up. So maybe that was part of it. But I think the music changed too. But I'm for good music. And a conversation I had last week, she was like, "It could be you could have a great song. It's just not country." Okay, well, what is country now? As far as remaking a country song or a country-esque song, yeah, I'm just still. I really want to find someone that likes country to make the song with because I want their input on the song. You know, not just that they can do a little music. So anyway, that's kind of where that's at. Not a ton of progress. That's okay. YouTube channel. Mike Dynamic, that's Instagram, of course. So with Instagram, I have some, I guess, another follower or some people commenting or a person. It got my attention. It's like, whoa, cool, exciting. It's an interesting way to connect with people. I don't have any clue how they find my stuff. How does it happen? How does it come across their feed? I guess how does my stuff come across their feed? I don't know. I really have no idea because it just seems so out of the blue. Somebody was they find me. So it's cool. I think it's great. I have no sense for how to do something with that. It's just you just put it out, and wherever it ends, it ends. The YouTube channel, yes, I was sharing with my daughter. We'll look at the analytics. That yes, it's down. Of course, it's to be expected. The other thing is I'm not promoting. I did finish the problem solving significant scale, and at 100 shares, we're at 97 views. So not terrible. It's probably going to do better than the amount of views I'll get with the next. I have a name picked out for at least for my portion of it with Will, and it shouldn't take that long. But I really want to watch it again, his segments, just to really make sure I know what the theme is, so to speak. By the way, on the Instagram, I don't get it. I thought I had a nice little focusing on just one rhyme. I don't know. Did I do something wrong? So it didn't record the very beginning of the line, the first line, and my teeth look all like something's wrong with them, all dark. Anyway, so but I heard that Alaron talk about one take Jake. I like it. That's how I've been approaching it. I really want to do it right the first time and then leave it. And that's it. Whatever it is, it is. That's why I had it memorized as a quick little line from last week, and it didn't take long, and I did it. But I don't know, it's a little frustrating, but I'll continue improving that area, hopefully. And we're talking more about TikTok, and I guess I can talk about this here too. So my daughter, for one, really wants me on TikTok so she can watch her favorite book. I guess I call him booktuber or audiobook person reads the books, Harry Potter and all this stuff. But then they're before Congress, and then both sides of the aisle are checking them out, which is kind of amazing. When did both sides of the aisle agree on anything? I guess people seem to typically like that. I guess they're hearing. I suppose that means they're hearing from there's some reason that's happening, right? And so they're talking about them spying on Americans, which you could be Instagram or Facebook and spying on Americans or whoever, but you're an American company. But I was sharing with her, I was like, man, you're getting spied on by China, or they steal something, what do they call it? Steal your identity, or steal your intellectual property, let's say. You are not getting that back. Yeah, it's a one-way trip. That's what I think. And so if something happens with an American company, you might have recourse. Whereas with these guys, forget it. You'll never, whatever they took, you're not getting it back. That's kind of my thought about it. So, but she has her motivation. She's told me her motivation. She does believe in the, what's it called, ByteDance or whatever, the parent company. He's saying, they're saying most of these users are under 18. You have the one Democrat who said, maybe we need to not ban TikTok because those are our voters. Young people vote Democrat, and as they get smarter and older, they stop doing it, and that's just the way it is. I mean, figure that out. Why is it young, ignorant, never voted, just woke up one day with a vote Democrat, and then the minute they start wising up, then they start reconsidering it, and I was like that. It's just normal, So I think that's worth considering and thinking about. And of course, when you're young, you think you kind of have it all figured out. Then, I don't know. I don't think I had it all figured out. I hope I didn't think like that. I've always kind of been, I think, a teachable person. That's the spirit I've always tried to have. The other spirit I try to have, and it's hurtful when people don't. And I understand how people are. It's a critical spirit, and that's hard, and that's just in the area of personal growth and trying to work on stuff. And as long as a critical spirit, it really is hard, that can interfere with growth, I'd say, and it makes it hard to really be transparent in some respects. Just wanted to share that's been on my mind and my heart. Okay, so rules of engagement. I have nothing new to say. Bellevue Ballers, nothing new. Be down at Tumwater tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I got one other person I can put. Sorry, it's related to that. Oh, where is he? Oh, There he is. Yes, that's one list. I did that. I'm happy about that. That's towards my goal. I'm further down towards my goal because tomorrow's going. A lot of times I'll get to the like through Monday, and my weeks go Tuesday through Monday, business wise. And like, how am I going to survive this one? And I'm feeling like that again. I'm studying for just to share with insurance and a business building job and all this business that affects. I mean, heck, if I either had the money or felt I could afford the time, I could have recorded today, right? No, and I'm not sure exactly what I should share, so we can talk about it now. Music for Back to the Rhymes and really the songs I'm making or anything. What's going on with Alaron is he's sampling. So before, when I was recording with, and I don't know, he might play musical instruments. We haven't talked about it. He's just sampling, which to me is really kind of traditional hip hop. Really, a DJ just samples and you rap over it, and there's your song. So the idea of a musician and playing instruments and whatnot, that's probably, so what's happened here is he gets inspirations and he wants to cut stuff up and we make a song. So that's all fine. It's not exactly what I had in mind for my next album. He wants to collaborate. He needs to talk about the album artwork, which I think will be really off the charts. I'm really blown away with the imagery he's able to come up with. Some of it, it's really cool, very good. Going to be a big improvement for the next album, whatever we do there. But as far as collaborating and input, it's kind of really just, in a way, it's good because it's not putting tons of time into it. At least the first song we did. I don't know if I shared this, but I figured out the first song we recorded is only a minute 14. It's got to get over 2 minutes, but I came up with the hook. I think I talked about that last week. So we're going to make it to 2 minutes. That's fine. But yeah, I just don't know. I got so many songs I've written over the years, and a lot of them are kind of have music with them, and none of those we're not even talking about those. And really, we're just making kind of a duo here. And that's fine. But it still puts my stuff on hold. I mean, realistically, I'm going to have only so much money, spend through it, $250. He wanted me to go help him get some shoes. I would have been in Lake Stevens. I get you the shoes, and then we make a song, and we're even, right? I think something like that would have been appropriate, but they got taken by somebody else. I was like, wow. It's like, man, I feel like I'm going back to being a high schooler here. What are we doing? We're going to do what? Anyway, but some people are really into shoes. That's kind of a thing for a lot of people, apparently. All right, let me show you the merch, which you've seen. I should kind of rotate this maybe, but that's all right. And it's actually funny because what size is this? Small. Okay. So I do have another shirt that I wasn't even thinking of. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I better talk about it now. I guess it could be in merch. And Alaron does some of that too. There's some folks at Yakima Reservation. Shoot. Anyway, they got a screen printing out there too. That might be good. I want to talk to them business and whatnot, but T-shirts, yes. Okay, so I saw my man Galen. I haven't seen him for years. Saw him on Friday. He's a hip hop lifer. 206 Zulu, right? So he said we were working together. He became a member, and he's been a member since. And so, one thing I saw on their website is they have different things. They talk about justice, sure, but self-determination. All right, now I'm with that. Sometimes you get a mixed message in there with some of these things. They're kind of contradicting themselves. They don't know it, but I'm going to focus on self-determination, right? I'm going to focus hard on that because that's what I'm about. And helping people be themselves and not be restricted and owned or anything. So that's cool. So I think they have something on the first Wednesdays of the month. It said DJ Cypher. Now, I don't know. cipher usually means freestyle rap, something like that, battling maybe. So I think it's going to be April 5th, which will be next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, and I'm not going. But at least I'm going to start thinking about it. So if I said May 3rd, I could shoot for that. Put me down maybe for May 3rd to go to that. I got to remember. It's not a guarantee I'll remember, but I need to be going to something like that. The only reason I won't go this one is I got to get this insurance dealt with. I've got a real situation here with the finances, and it has to be addressed ASAP. And I pray to God, I really think it's going to work out with my insurance company and my building here, State Farm. Shout out Lisa up there. Things are coming along. They're waiting for me to get my license. So I just tell you that because that affects everything. Okay. And then I can't be thinking about this other kind of stuff. That's going to have to wait. So I am in kind of minimum mode when it comes to some of this. But there you go. That's hip hop, man. That's the real deal. And he knows all these local guys up to Macklemore, the one who broke out, but all the others who didn't break out, right? But he came from the crew, all these crews, And Galen said he has been a mailman, so he lost his skill set with freestyle. But he said he used to be better than them guys, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know how I was practicing. I was vacuuming at church today, some freestyle, and it's like, I don't know. I gotta have to check it out. I mean, if you're around it, it helps, right? And if I get there and I'm around it, obviously I could start somewhere. I've done a little bit messing around, but never in that kind of situation. But let me check it out. I think writing rhymes like this is helping me though. Think more, like rhymes come to me more, and that's what you need, right? In a freestyle situation, that they just got to come to you. So I did that song with Alron. I just wrote it out. I was fine. So as a freestyle, I can't worry about how good it is. I just got to get up and do it. So that's going to be part of it if that happens. So we'll see. But I ain't going to be trying to hear about Trump's going to thump. Nothing like that. That's the other thing. It's like, but it never seems to come up. Like Alron, he heard my whole album. He says, dope, real good. No disagreements then, right? Cool. When I hear him rap, I'm like, oh man, I don't quite agree with that. But we're all good, man. As long as who knows? I just wondered, you really heard everything? You sure? My man who helped me do the lyrics on the website didn't really know what all was in there until he was typing out the lyrics. He's like, uh-oh. I'm not saying anything wrong. And my song I'm referring to, which is, of course, he's coming for Rainbow, which would be the most controversial. And, of course, Trump's going to thump on the album. But that's from the heart, man. And that's a discussion I want to have with anybody, I said that as diplomatically as I could because, I think it requires that. But that's that. All right. You will be glorified. I think our church might be doing something coming up for the young folks. Man, I've never needed this thing, but I'm going to need it. Maybe. So that would be good to find out, make connections. I see people at church who are interested in singing, playing instruments, and let's see. I don't see anybody who, when I talk to them, seems to really care about the idea of songwriting, though. Not too much. So, I don't know. I love that. I think it's a confidence thing. Like, they just don't think they can do it and they never tried it. I never tried it at their age, so I get it. But what are we doing here? We're going to make some song. We're going to sing somebody else's. We're going to try to make our own. I'm sorry for this cough drop, but my goodness, that came on strong. Got to have any water here. Okay. I guess some of the big news, and I forgot to check before I went on here, was that Trump's going to jail. He's going to get arrested. And I'm like, all right, is this another bluff, like getting people vaccinated and they'll take them, make them think they're going to lose their job until, oh, we're just playing. That's what it kind of seems like. So now it's a flimsy case, and there's no possibility of things I have. Because I was looking at, I look at Real Clear Politics is a nice place to go. And they got all the headlines. One day it's Donald Trump and all these things about the potential arrest. And I go on 2 days later, and it's not saying a word about it. Not a word about it. And they're on to something else. I'm like, what? What a joke. What a joke. And again, here we go. I already know what my next. I got another idea for a song. I'm probably gonna have to do it. Um, maybe it's a little bit of a spoiler alert. I'll just talk about it. Uh, I'm gonna get back to the rhyme. I'm gonna save it because to me, I'm ready to make a song about it. I'm so tired of it, and I've never made a song about it. I probably talked about it. I know I have. These guys need to get put on. I'm gonna put them on the record, man, through a song. And if some never Trumper wants to make a rap, let's hear it. You guys are whack. I mean, there's nobody. I bet you never find because a never Trumper is an elitist, academic, got no skills. They're just haters. They're just. I, God bless Rush. He left this earth, but he got the word out on them. You had a candidate who's finally doing everything you've been raising dollars for your entire career. He's finally here, but because he's not part of your club and he doesn't talk like you hate him. And he's doing everything you all were talking about for all those decades, right? So I'm gonna get back to the rhymes. All right, so here let's see what we got so far. I was there for the golden age, where it be took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. I was there for the golden age, where it be took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. Had to bring it cause comp was hot. If you didn't, you was soon forgot. Going for yours, you was giving what you got. Not so much about who got shot. Electric captured my attention. Once I caught the bug, there'd never be a question. That shoot, I was in hot pursuit of the fix only dope flow could fix. Slow your roll because you're beating down the block. Heads turn, jaws drop. Right is tight is so is rhymes. The heads bobbing all the time. I was there for the golden age, where B took center stage. Rock Kim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. I was there for the golden age, where B took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. The days are old but not forgot. Taking it back, show heals a lot. On the heels of the disco scene, all your way back cats know what I mean. If you don't mind, put me in the time machine. Jump on in and find out what I mean. Now, I changed stuff up here, right? And I had to based on the lyrics I wrote. But I'm just going to go with it. Well, I mean, kind of like whatever. Because when I do it, you know, if I have a DJ, he could change the music for me, right? My man. I had to bring because compass. I we did it, you soon forgot. Going for yours, just getting what you got. Not so much about who got shot. Electric, it captured my attention. So that changes it up. Once I caught the bug there, never they got more wordy, right? The days are old, but not forgot. Take it back. On the heels of the disco scene, all your way back cats know what I mean. If you don't, if you don't mind, put me in the time machine. Jump on in and find out what I mean. There was no screen. Just hard copies. hard, just hard to find copies. Hard to find copies. Man, I got to cop these. Wicked Dope, Iliatic, Iliatic. Call me a fanatic. I'd be frantic thinking I couldn't have it. Doing what I gotta do. Doing what I had to do just to feed the habit. I talked about dope flow can fix, right? Uh, it was coming in waves, tidal waves. They was coming in waves, tidal waves. They was. Oh my God, I'm saving this line. Hold on. Truth is, we just didn't know how good we had it. Good we had it. And I'm gonna do the hook. Let's start from 28. Can I do the whole song? I was there for the golden age. Eric B took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. I was there for the golden age. Where Eric B took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. Had to bring it because comp was hot. If you didn't, you was soon forgot. Going for yours was giving what you got. No, not so much about who got shot. Electric, it captured my attention. Once I caught the bug, there'd never be a question. That shoot, I was in hot pursuit of the fix only dope flow could fix. Slow your roll because you're beating down the block. Heads turn, jaws drop. Right is tight and so is rhymes. They heads bobbing all the time. I was there for the golden age, where B took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. I was there for the golden age, where B took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, those were the days. The days are old but not forgot. Taking it back, show heals a lot on the heels of the disco scene. All you way back cats know what I mean. If you don't mind, put me in the time machine. Jump on in and find out what I mean. There was no stream, just hard copies. Hard to find copies, man. I got to cop these. Wicked, dope, Iliatic, call me a fanatic. I'd be frantic thinking couldn't have it. Doing what I had to just to feed the habit. They was coming in tidal waves. Truth is, we just didn't know how good we had it. I was there for the golden age where B took center stage. Rakim put pen to page. Man, Those were the days. I was there for the golden age where Eric B took center stage. Rakim penned the page. Man, those were the days. Till next time.